there everybody, Chaos Gaming here, and we are back with another My Hero Ultra Impact video. And in today's video, we are going to be showcasing the brand new New Year's Kirishima, seeing how effective he is going to be in Ultra Arena. So with that being said, let's not waste any more time. Let's blow this shit right the hell up. And ladies and gentlemen, let us get started with today's video. And you can let me know down below, how do you personally feel about this Kirishima, whether you use the Kirishima yourself or you have watched it from my perspective. So real quick, before we do get started with the showcase, we always got to read the characters kit to see what they are rocking with, or for people that, you know, they skipped the breakdown video and then this is their first time watching about the Kirishima. So, plus Ultra move, which is going to be the Lion Dance Tackle, deals 700% damage to a single opponent with a medium chance of stunning them for 2 turns. Gives character a barrier that nullifies 2 hits and increases character skill impact by 20%. It is stackable, so you're going to be going up in terms of the damage. First action skill, which is going to be Read the Counter, which aka means you have to have a fast reaction to get the skill chain off of this one. Gives character ability to counter for 2 turns. This buff cannot be cancelled, blocked, or restricted. And a barrier that nullifies 2 hits. Gives character ability to land the bullseye for 2 turns when character does not have bullseye. And then the enhancement bonus effect is increases character skill impact by 60% for 3 turns. The cooldown is for 3 turns. Second action skill, which is going to be Bright Encouragement, increases plus ultra gauge of all allies by 40% and gives all allies a barrier that nullifies 2 hits. Gives character piercing shot for 2 turns when character does not have piercing shot. And then the enhancement bonus effect is reduces cooldown time of all allies, excluding the character by 1. The cooldown is for 3 turns. Now it makes sense why they excluded him from that, because his cooldowns are very fast, so he doesn't need it, like, at all. If anything, it's more of a benefit if he gets it. Like, it just tunes the character way more than he should. Because he's going to be spamming. Even though you compare, like, 2 characters with a cooldown reduction, I mean, imagine if he had it as well for him. Like, Jesus Christ. But first auto skill, which is going to be the Ultimate Spear and Shield. Gives character enhanced when these 2 conditions are met at the end of the turn. Number 1, after character receives 30 attacks. I feel like this is going to take a while, but I could be mistaken. It does depend who you go up against, because if you fight like Green Summer Toga, she does multiple hits. Or out of nowhere, you're fighting like Purple Tokoyami, he gives multiple hits as well with his normal tags. It's just weird at the end of the day. It's just like RNG with this. Second effect that you need in order to activate the enhancements is after 7 turns pass from the start of battle, multi-hit attacks equal 1 attack. Gives character Fortitude, which is a new effect that we do have in game, and I thought I had it up here, but I do not. Just give me 1 second. There we go. Fortitude. It limits the damage the character can take from a single attack to X amount percentage of the character's max HP. So, I mean, I guess it just depends on we're getting him. Oh, okay. Gives character Fortitude, limits received damage to 30% of the max HP, and the ability to cover allies. Then reduces all allies' damage from Bleeding, Burning, Frost, Parry, and Revenge by 30%. So, if Iron All Might is being a problem for you, which, come on, I know he's a problem for you. Or Bakugo and Midoriya, if they're being a problem for you, which, again, they are the main threats right now in the game. Both of them combined are annoying, because they do more damage to you than you're supposed to be doing more damage to them. So, I would say already, just from that one part of his kit, this character is already super valuable to have on your account. Like, even if you didn't mean to pull him, I suggest you make sure that he's at that max level. He's going to be definitely helping you out. Also restores HP of all allies by 5% after character receives 2 attacks. Up to 15 times, multi-hit attacks equal 1 attack. Increases character skill impact by 50% when character has the ability to counter. So he's going to be doing more damage. And then the second auto skill, which is going to be the Fiery Words. When character's HP is 50% or higher, increases character's critical hit rate by 50% and gives character the ability to make a last stand 1 time. When character's HP is below 50%, gives character the ability to nullify 2 status ailments and a barrier that nullifies 2 hits. The enhancement bonus effect that gives character persistence for 3 turns when HP is below 20% up to 1 time. For those of you that don't know what persistence is, real quick, I'll just search it up for you so you guys get the better understanding of it. I think I searched persistence instead of persistence. My bad on that. So persistence allows the character to keep fighting with 1 HP after getting knocked out. Character gets knocked out at the end of the effect when attacking, and the character adds 1% of the HP loss to the attack damage. And a kind of character for this is Green Midoriya. He has that, the one that's from season 6. And then another character that had this was the first anniversary Midoriya, but he was trash with it because you were able to remove the buff of that, and then he's just dead for free. Green Lemillion also has that effect as well. And I'm trying to remember anybody else that has that. I don't think Green Dobby has that. He just has... No, he doesn't have it. He just has 10 last stands, which makes him stay for a very long time. But now that we took a look at the characters kit, let's go on into VE Tower to get a little demo of the character, and then we'll move on into Ultra Arena. So for our first match in VE Tower, we're going to be going up against a multiple opponent setup, which is going to be Huddle, Uraraka, and Froppy. This is a team that I decided to build for this fight specifically, and with that being said, let's get into the fight. Let's see how our boy Kirishima is going to start off with. Want to see him do a lot of damage on the counter. That is my thing. But already what I'm not a big fan of like characters that have the counter and that's it. Is like I feel like they should have like normal attack up by like 50-60% or something like that. Like I feel like they should get a hard hitting normal attack. Because besides the counter hitting, like I don't know. I mean we'll see what happens. So what we'll do right here is activate the last stand. Then we'll activate this for Midoriya. And then for Kirishima we will activate the counter first. Which we have to pray that we get this off. Hold on. Let me see if I still got it though. Let's see. Alright, 2. And then 3. Okay, I got it. Oh, you see how fast that is, man? That's like a rocket, dude. Going straight up into space in a millisecond. Jesus Christ. Okay, so we do 13k on that counter. Then we do 13k on that counter as well. Next, what we'll do right here. Wait, whoa. We'll do this. And then we'll do this on the Froppy. And then activate the support for everybody here. Okay, so bam. And then we do 51k. And then we'll get the support right there. It kind of messes with you in a way, man. It kind of does because it's like, damn, you got the fast momentum and then you got the slow momentum right there. All right, so we got everybody's plus ultras ready to go. Let's start off with Momo's. I was going to say let's start off with Kirishima's, but Momo's the one that's going first. Okay, so Momo got hers, and now let's see the Kirishima's, which I like. This one is cool. Yosha! I like that, then. I hope we get that as a victory screen. Like, that's the final plus ultra that activates before, like, we get into the next match. That would be really cool. Alright, so, yeah, we'll just do this. Same thing that we did before. Let's see how much Hado is going to do on the counter right here. I kind of want to go up against, like a Hawks. Damn it, I messed up the timing right there. Like, just to see how much damage the counter would do on the Hawks would be so cool. So we'll do this, and then this. Yeah, I really got to lock in when it comes to that timer, man. It's like, the timing is so precise on that. Alright, and then it's normal right here, so we're fine. Right, we got the bound, and then everybody's going to be activating their plus ultras now. Okay, so Momo's going first again, 36k. And then Kirishima once again. We've seen he probably gonna hit like 60k once again, right? 45k, and we get the stun this time. Nice, that's what we like to see. And then Midoriya with max damage with the bound as well. But this Midoriya is max, dude. He goes crazy, man. He goes crazy. You know what? We'll just get the support this time, and then next time we'll just get the counter. Alright, so we'll do that. 88k. Look at the support. Nice. Alright, she's almost dead. We have the plus ultra already. Why not just activate this and then move on to our next fight? And with that, we got the victory screen with the Yasha! Let's go. Alright guys, so for fight number 2, we are going up against Old Maito. And I had to switch up Midoriya for Lady Nagant. Reason being is that Midoriya is boosted in this All Might fight. So that would have not helped us out at all in terms of seeing how much of the Pulse Ultra gauge we are going to be seeing from this fight. Because I'm not going to lie, I already went to this fight and by the second turn, everybody had their Pulse Ultras activated. Now, it would be funny though that if we still come into this fight and everybody's Pulse Ultra boost is still activated and goes all the way to the max, that just shows how effective Kirishima could be, man. So we'll give the support to Lady Nagant right here. We'll activate this right here, and then we'll activate the support this time right here. Getting that nice, beautiful barrier and plus ultra gauge boost at 66k. And then bam. Alright, so let's see. 0 damage. Wow, that is crazy, man. Everybody with the plus ultra is ready to go. Yeah, that with Kirishima is crazy. So I feel like if anything, if you are going up against Kirishima, what you could try to do, if you're fast enough, is bring somebody like Star Stripes or President Mike. But I'm not a big fan of President Mike now, just due to the fact that man takes way too much damage. Too much to the point that it's like, oh, like, at that point, he's just either a glass cannon or a liability. Alright, so now we'll activate this. Get the counter going. Alright, counter. We got it. Okay, that time we got it. Oh. Damn, that was scary. What the hell? Okay, so 2,000 damage there. Nothing too crazy about that. Alright, then we'll do this, this, and this. Get everybody's plus ultra ready to go. Alright, Lady Nagant. Do 39k there. Thought it'd be a little bit more, not gonna lie, but doesn't matter. Alright, so we removed the buff, but guess what? We still had the ability to counter. Let's go. Alright, so Momo going first, doing 33k. And then Kirishima going second with the defensive debuff going off on the All Might. So let's see how much he does right here. That is 29k with the stun being active. And then Lady Nagan does 25k. Yeah, All Might could be pretty tanky, dude. Don't underestimate the All Might. We don't need the counter this turn at all, so we can do activate the support right here. 20k pace. Oh, I missed the timing right there. Damn it, because I was thinking about the timing with the freaking counter, dude. Oh, that's gonna bother me. Absolutely bother me. When I'm using this Kirishima in PvP, I gotta lock in on that. Alright, so with that, that's our second fight done in VE Tower. Let's move on to the infamous Ultra Arena. Finally, after searching and searching and searching for our first match in Ultra Arena, we found Armored All Might by himself. I wanted to do him by himself, then Bakugo by himself, and then the both of them together. But I think at this point what's gonna have to happen is that it's gonna have to be All Might first, and then just the rest of the match is gonna be with the both of them. So we're going also up against Midoriya, Hagakure, another Hagakure, and then it's going to be Momo from Valentine's Day, who's about to be a year old in a month, dude. That's crazy, man. I feel like it was like a couple of months ago we were just something for that character. It does not feel like a year to me. So the reason why we have the team constructed the way we do is that Hawks does a lot of damage. So I want to see with the amount of damage that he's going to be doing, how much less damage we are going to be taking. Which, if you guys don't remember, with All Might, he does 100% of the damage on revenge that you deal towards him. So start off with this, then we will activate. Because look, you know what's crazy? A lot of matches have AoE characters, right? So what I would want to do is activate this skill right here, just to make sure that we're safe for the first 2 turns, or for the first 2 hits that we're going up against those characters, right? But in the rare instance that we have everybody as a single target, not even the plus ultras are AoEs. I think Hagakure maybe not AoE, but I think she's probably not AoE. So we're gonna activate the counter first, and then we'll see from there what goes up. And then we're going to be focusing on Armor All Might. That is the goal. Alright, so bam. And then bam. And then locking on the time. There we go. Nice. Beautiful. Alright, so 0. 53k. Damn, we still took a lot of damage from that, though. I'm not going to lie. Oh, my God. Damn, we're already almost dead? Kirishima, dude. I guess it's just too much damage that Hawks is doing. We can't protect them like that. Alright, so we get the barrier and the actually, well, this turn he's gonna be protected with the double. We'll see. I don't know. Let's see. He should be protected here. Alright, 57k. Oh my God, I took a lot of damage here. Alright, 21k. 0-0. No, he dies right there. Damn. Alright, so already with the I don't know, maybe I'm doing something wrong. It could be the team composition is not good enough for him, but I don't know, for that first like hits already from Armored All Might, not looking that good for him. I'm not gonna hold you guys. Damn, Jito, you're already about to die. What the hell? We'll give you this then. There, bam. And then we'll focus on Armored All Might because he's basically dead. Alright, so 62k. And then for Momo, 37k. Yes! Alright, so the first person is down. Now the next one we gotta get rid of is Midoriya. I wish it would be Hagakure, but we can't really focus on that. Alright, dodge, dodge, nice. Then we'll do this, this, and this. Bam. And then Jito does 5k apiece. Alright, nice. We got rid of the Midoriya. Next we gotta get rid of the Hagakure. But Charm is activated. Damn. That sucks. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, she's alive. If anything, she's alive and healthy. What the hell? Oh my God, the amount of freaking health she just got right there. Insane. I give Hawks the support right here. And then max damage. Nice is what we like to see. Alright. Alright, dodge. Nice. And then she does a plus ultra. Plus ultra single target. Alright, and she's dead. Damn, the charm did not help her out whatsoever at all. I guess now this is just a guessing game of who's going to get attacked. Besides Jito, because Jito is AoE. Alright, dodge. And then AoE. And then she's going to be protected. It's just, man, the Hagakure just protect each other so well. Alright, so we have our AoE right here. So what we're going to do is hopefully with Jito attack the blue one. And then we're just going to be able to wrap up the fight and move on to the next one. I know I should have just skipped it just because Kirishima isn't here anymore. But, you know, why not just show off the fight? Alright, so that's our first match done. Let's move on to match number 2, where we're going to be showcasing up against All Might and Bakugo together. So for match number 2, I decided to switch the team comp, and we're going to have it to where now it's Kirishima, Jito, and Hawks, just because Jito does give a 20% boost, I think. I could be mistaken. Hold on real quick. I don't want to give false numbers here. So yeah, she does give a 20% boost in defense to make it so that Kirishima is a little bit more tankier. And what we are going up against is the following. We have Gakure, Bakugo, Armored All Might, and then what's going to be scary later on is going to be Endeavor, and then Season 7, Bakugo, and Vegeta. So let's get into the fight, and let's see now how Kirishima does, which I'm hoping is a little bit better than what we saw before. Because of it. Alright, come on, Kirishima. Come on. You got people rooting for you. It's been a while since you got a unit. I'm hoping that, you know, you just get to be good. Alright, so what we'll do right here is activate this. We'll activate this. And then we will activate the counter. Let's go. Alright, so bam. AoE. And the counter. Nice, we got it. Alright, so support. AoE. Oh, that's still a lot of damage. Oh my god. He's practically dead. Wow, that's crazy. Again, another instance where Kirishima is just fumbling on the ground. What the hell? Like, that's insane. Oh my god. Poor Kirishima, dude. I'm just gonna let this fight play out again because what? We only had a minute. That's it. Just an absolute 1 minute. Oh my god. So far, I am not a fan of this Kirishima. But again, as I mentioned earlier, if there's a need to revisit the character in the showcase, I will do that. This is giving me All Might vibes again. The 2nd anniversary All Might. And I do not like that, dude. Because that not even made me want to upload that video that day because of that. Oh. Alright, so let's just activate this. I think we just probably lose right here. I mean, we'll see what happens. It just depends, basically, on whether or not we are going to be able to kill Armored All Might. Was Bakugo really right now, like, I'm not really scared of him compared to All Might. Once it's Bakugo by himself, then yeah. Then it starts to become a problem. Or once he's built up, then that starts to become a problem with this team setup right here. Alright. Yeah, All Might is about to start going crazy right here. Yep. Wow, he didn't even go crazy. Well, now he did. And now, alright, let's move on to the next match. But I was going to say, like, he didn't go crazy like that. He just got the freaking status ailment right there. But nope, typical stuff that happened right there. Let's move on to our next match. Try this team setup right here, which is going to be Midoriya, Bakugo, Midoriya, Julio with Star, Endo, Stripes, and Armor All Might being at the end slot. Let's go. So, how we're going to do it this time right here is that since AoEs are going to be flying through the roof, we're going to activate the barrier first for everybody. And then on the next turn, we'll get that counter. Who knows? Maybe if anything, what I probably could have done is activate the 2nd access skill first and then the first one. You know what? I might do a couple of matches just to see that. Just to see. Let's start off with the support right here. AoE and then this right here. Perfect. Crazy enough, though, for a defensive character, we are fast. I mean, that's Hawks helping us out a ton, but I would have thought of anything that, you know, maybe Kirishima would have brought us down a little bit with the speed right there, but we're fine. Alright, AoE. Also, I think what would have benefited Kirishima as well is having Tranquility. Look at that, man. We already have all plus ultras ready to go. Let's let it fly. Bakugo's not gonna be bothering us with this one, buddy. Besides, you know, that's it. Alright, 3K. And then 3,000. Got the barrier active. You know what's crazy as well? Our persistence didn't activate either. Oh my, what the hell was that damage? 9,000? I mean, I know you're a defensive character, but still, you have a lot of ways of getting your damage up. What was that, dude? You know what? I'm not going to lie, though. Maybe I should have just activated the counter because now we're just going to get hit with plus. I mean, the barrier is going to protect him specifically. So we should be fine with that. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. This guy... No! I messed up the timing! Oh my god, Kirishima, you're pissing me off, dude. I was going to say the barriers is going to protect us, and we also did have an evasion going right there for us too, but, you know, I was going to say after the 2nd turn when they activate all their skills, we could have been getting the counters right here. But yeah, like, again, the counters aren't impressing me with the DPS as well. Like, come on, dude. And now I'm stuttering with my words. All right, get rid of all the evasions that they got right there. All right, they're going to activate the skills right here. All right, we take no damage. Take a little bit of damage. And the AoE does damage. I was still hanging in there, though. Alright, 4,000. 5,000. 20k. Damn, 20k. Alright, so once again, we have all plus ultras ready to go. Let's let them fly. Alright, so... uppercut. We get hit with the paralysis, which sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, 29k. AoE, we're back in business. And barrier. Nice. We have all skills. So, again, just same thing from before. Bam. Bam. And bam. And then pray to the heavens. We got the timing right this time. All right, let's lock in. Okay, 1, 2. No, I did it too early. Oh my god, I'm gonna look like a loser with this character, dude. I'm sorry. I just the counter is just like, I guess because I'm 24 years old, dude. I'm old. I can't get it right with the timing. I'm sorry, dude. Oh man. All right, dodge. At 25k a piece. We're back in business. All right. Okay, and he's gone. Damn. All right. Let's do another match. Next match, we're going up against, once again, Bakugo Midoriya, Armored All Might with Julio, movie for Midoriya, and Midoriya and Bakugo being on the end slots. This time I'm going to be trying the second action skill first, and then from there, we'll just see how things are going to go. I think I already have my opinion solidified about this character, but, you know. Oh my god. I'm going to focus on Julio. So we'll do this, and then we'll do this. Let's go. Come on, Kirishima. Impress me, please. No! This character and the timing, it's a skill issue on my point. But how much damage did he take right there? Oh my god, he took a lot of damage right there. It wouldn't have even mattered if I had the timing right there. Oh my god. Alright, let's just hope at least with the counter I get the timing right there. You know what? You know the real reason why they gave him 40% boost in the plus ultra gauge? It's because they knew people were going to mess up with the timing. They knew it. They absolutely knew it. And he's dead again. Oh, this is a nightmare. This is an absolute nightmare. I'm living in a hell that I think either I've created or the game's created. Again, that's the sucky part about being a content creator and showcasing a character, and then they sound good on paper, and then it's like, but then it's like, when you put it out there, it's like, like, you don't know whose fault it is, and it's like, damn, do you want to re-record the video or not in most instances? But I don't know. I think it's probably just the character itself, but it could just be a me issue after the me missing the action skills. I don't know. But at that point, I just, you know, want to leave, and then let's just talk about the Kirishima. So let's go do that. So let's start off talking about Kirishima. I'm not gonna lie, at this point, it's just like, I'm not a fan of the character, the way he performed the Ultra Arena, and in 2 instances, it could be like, wow, what is the scenario that is the reason why it could be the case? I mean, you could probably bring up the fact that, you brought Hawks, and Hawks does a lot of damage in the fight early on, so that could be at fault. But then I ask the question, then what would happen if we bring a character that builds up to the point that Hawks does? Then wouldn't the same scenario play out again? Like, if a character does a lot of damage soon or early, it doesn't matter. The same scenario is going to be happening with the All Might, which is that he's going to be doing a lot of damage with the revenge counter. Now, maybe you could say another instance as well is that, Kirishima's not supposed to be taking all the damage like that. Maybe you should have ran another cover character. But then at that point, what the hell is the point of the character then? Because he's supposed to be a tank character that's supposed to make it to where, you know, he's supporting his allies as well in the barrier effect, the plus ultra gauge effect, which is still very good. I mean, at that point, it's just like you can make the case that you're going to have to run a character alongside him that's going to be able to take just as much as damage for him. But then comes the instance of Armored All Might once again. So it's like, I guess at that point with Kirishima, you're going to have to build a super tanky defensive team that doesn't really take damage like that. I don't know. Kirishima should have been a character that made it aware, I guess, instead of 30%, 80 to 100%. Because Jesus Christ, man. Oh my god. Those numbers that we saw from this Kirishima taking, it's just like, bro, he didn't survive past turn 2. He was dead. Turn 2 and onward, where is Kirishima gone? And in the instance that he was around, it was like, oh, well, Brody's still dead anyways. Like, oh my god, man. And then just to show you guys as well with the Kirishima, take a look at this right here with Kirishima. I mean, he's maxed out on the basic board, and he's maxed out on the piece board as well. So What's going on, Kirishima? Like, are you not feeling it today? Did you want me to record yesterday when you came out at that point, just so you could, you know, hit a little bit harder right there? But with that, that's where we're in today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like and comment if you want, so you don't have to, but it's always greatly appreciated. Also, subscribe. I mean, you can let me know down below if there was the error in my part, or, I mean, if it was the error of the character. If you want me to showcase him with a different team, if I have the characters, we can do so. I mean, maybe this guy's best setup is going to be like Hagakure, him, and then like Armor All Might or somebody that just does a lot of DPS like Hawks. That could be the case, man, at the end of the day. I just don't have the characters to make it aware. It works for him in that instance. But with that, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.